We'll continue our focus on the Ekiti elections, and this morning we're joined by Mr. Shelle, who is the chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Lagos. Morning, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Good morning.
And then we also have Alhaji Lai Mohammed, who is the National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, the APC, joins us from our studios in Abuja. Morning, and thank you for joining us as well from Abuja.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right, let's start off with you, Mr. Shelle. In fact, let's start off on this security note. Do you in any way tell members of your party how they need to be security conscious and what they need to do, security tips? Does any discussion about security pop up in your regular meetings?
Definitely, yes. More so when we have this terrorism, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, specifically in the northeast. We experienced a bomb blast in Abuja yesterday. Our headquarters is situated there. Definitely we need to discuss security. And at state level, local government level, and all other levels too, we ensure that security is maintained.
Let's take you then to the elections that transpired in Ekiti. So many talking points. Some have said, well, yes, indeed, they do commend the governor because he's come out and spoken up, congratulated the governor-elect, and done some things that some say is kind of rare, or they haven't seen it in a long time in our politics. The way the elections went in Ekiti, how would you assess it?
I think our own candidate in Lagos here during the last election congratulated Governor Babatunde Fashola in the same vein. So I wouldn't see it as a big deal. But I want to commend him for accepting defeat because it's not easy. He prepared for the election, but somebody else prepared better, and I'm sure.
What was the issue for you for that election?
The issue was to take over the reins of power in Ekiti State, more so when PDP is on ground in that place. The last time governance were taken away from PDP was through judicial rascality, so to say. So, and we know that Ekiti State is basically a PDP state. They are candidates in the person of Governor Fayose. He's a very popular person, humble, acceptable, and it's a grassroots politician. He's very rare, very hardworking, tough, and rugged. So I congratulate him. He has done so well.
All right, let's get to where Alhaji Lai Mohammed is in Abuja. Give us your opinion on these elections, because, I mean, it was only yesterday we were talking about whether or not there's been a statement from the party. I think we lost him there, but we'll re-establish that connection with him sooner rather than later. But then there are some comments, though, saying what transpired, that there were those, I'm not sure, did you see that report about those who were alleged to have been picked up, the militarization, as they used the word of the state, saying, look, this may not necessarily portend well for us because at the general elections, you won't have that complement of security across the country. So how will they fare when that time comes?
Well, I want to commend INEC first. They did a very wonderful job. They were on time at the various polling booths. The security agencies were on ground a day or two before the election, and they were professional in their... but there were a lot of information that people have been moved from Lagos, from Osun, from Ondo, and from the neighboring states to go and disrupt the election in Ekiti. You will recall that during the 2011 election, I continued to call your station about a particular place in Lekki, in the Legushi axis, where people are kept overnight for reasons best known to them. They had all these fake voters' cards. All they do is to give a signal to the electoral officer, and they were allowed to vote. All these things were not allowed to happen in Ekiti this time around. They were stopped either from the boundary or from within. Those of them who were lodged in the hotel were picked up and has to leave Ekiti immediately.
But you think that was the way to go? Just picking people, ejecting them forcefully, in spite of the
I think your reporter was there and he did a good job. I wouldn't say they were ejected forcefully, but they were told exactly what to do.
No, you said
to
they were
leave
asked
the
to
scene.
go.
Just asked to go doesn't mean they were forcefully ejected.
But some of them complained that
they had to complain because they were there illegally. If you are doing something that is illegal and you are told to move, you definitely protest. And I'm happy the security agencies were on ground to check any excesses. And that's how it should go. I will now recommend that elections are done in phases, staggered, so to say, so that we can have enough security. Just like the issue of June 12, when the military was in power, they ensured that people queued up and there was nothing, no incidents.
Let me pick up on what you said. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not sure lots of people will get that point. How does being present in a state amount to you doing something illegally or being there illegally?
They were there to disrupt the electoral process.
How could
They
we say
were
that for
there
sure?
to use fake ballot papers to vote. They were there to use fake voters' card, which they use in compromising the police, the INEC, and all electoral processes, so to say.
Okay, well